This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for Tuesday, August 27th, 2024. I'm Marek Mazurek. Economic development authorities in southern Indiana detailed plans Tuesday for the region's first project using READY 2.0 funds. Known as the Dominion, the $71 million project in Warwick County will feature 150 market-rate apartments, a 5-story commercial building with restaurant and retail space, and an outdoor public plaza in the first phase. Officials say the project will build upon previously announced developments that are fueling growth in the area just east of Evansville. The Dominion project is getting $5 million from the second iteration of READY. Nearly $8.5 million in TIF funding is being provided by the county, with the remainder coming from private developers. The Indiana Center for Emerging Technologies launched in Evansville earlier this month to support Southwest Indiana's innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystem. The center is led by Logan Jenkins, Executive Director of Circular Venture Lab. He said his vision for the center was inspired by what he's seen in cities like Los Angeles, San Diego, and Denver.
A lot of the initial work is in discovery of startups in the region, and speaking with and meeting with those startups. Same can be said for industry. It's a lot of discovery of relevant leaders in industry here and initial meetings with them and identification of specific challenges that they're facing in our region.
He added the ICET will be a resource for businesses looking at collaborations with governments and universities. It will also hopefully attract skilled workers to the region. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
Just 3 weeks after MBX Biosciences announced it had raised $63 million, the Carmel-based company has filed paperwork to go public. MBX is a clinical stage drug maker, and it's already raised a whopping $213 million to develop therapeutics to treat rare endocrine disorders. The company has not commented on the filing of paperwork with the Securities and Exchange Commission. IPO research firm Renaissance Capital reported MBX is seeking to raise up to $100 million with the offering. It's likely MBX uses that expected influx of cash to push its drug candidates into late-stage testing. Former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Noel pleaded guilty to 27 of 31 felony charges in court Monday as part of a plea deal in a massive corruption case that could land him in prison for more than a decade. Noel is a prominent Hoosier Republican, and he was charged with more than 24 felonies for allegedly misusing money from the fire and EMS departments which he oversaw. A plea agreement submitted to the Clark County Circuit Court shows Noel agreed to plead guilty to charges of theft, money laundering, corrupt business influence, official misconduct, obstruction of justice, and tax evasion. Noel faces a 15-year prison sentence, with 3 of those years suspended to probation if the deal is approved by the judge. The Indiana State Teachers Association has selected Nate Williams to serve as its next executive director. The union said in a press release Tuesday that Williams most recently served as deputy director of the Community Schools and Extended Learning Bureau at the New Mexico Public Education Department. The ISTA said Williams has previous union-related experience, serving as a UNISERV director in Ohio and California, as well as director of collective bargaining and research for the Maine Education Association. Williams has previously lived in Indianapolis, South Bend, and Fort Wayne. And internet connectivity is often cited as a vital resource to help rural communities grow, and a new partnership is hoping to improve access in central Indiana. On Tuesday, Broadway Broadband announced a vendor partnership with Indianapolis-based OCM Engineering. The company said in a release that the partnership's goal is to bring high-speed fiber networks to Broadway customers in central Indiana. Broadway Broadband is headquartered in Peru and operated by the public utility group Miami Cass REM. South Bend Mayor James Mueller is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast, hosted by Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.